Hey guys, today I wanted to just jump on quickly and show you it's Friday, and so I've got some expirations. I actually, the first thing I always do, and I already did this step, I came into daily actions and I came into manual actions. Here I'm using Prosper Trade, the platform I built. And you can see that there's a number of positions here that I could buy back for pennies. So for example, this is already 99.5%, this is 85%, 78%. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to show this again because it's so powerful with respect to options, because what I'm doing is I'm buying back some positions at a fraction of the cost that I sold them for. So, it's just like anything. Let's say you had a car and you sold it for $5,000, and tomorrow you could buy it back for 50. And then would you do that? And then would you turn around and sell it again for 5,000 again? Well, of course you would. Everyone would do that. So here, that's what I'm doing in essence with these positions. I'm buying them back for a fraction of the price that I sold them for. So here I'm going to sell these. Some of these are calls. I'm buying them back. So the sellers are happy to sell them because they're making a little bit of profit. All right, so I'm sending these off. All right, so several of those are closing and filling, so that's good. Now, the next thing I always like to do, and this is the point that I wanted to make today, one of the most difficult things, I think, when you have a larger portfolio, or even, you get even 50 positions, 20 to 50 positions, it's managing covered calls. And with covered calls, what that means is that you own stock in the amount of 100 shares or more, because one contract, an option contract, is 100 shares. So if I come out here and I'm going to look at all the positions that are eligible for me to sell a call on right now. So it's scanning and doing this across my entire account. So I've got a significant number here. I've got NVIDIA, Amazon, Applied Digital, Amazon, Tesla, Hood, Robinhood, Tesla, Iron, SpaceX, and MicroStrategy. So you can see that it's got a DTE kind of ranging from next week to 2 weeks from now, and this is in the total of $7,732 if I submit all of these. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to review these, make sure that they're, again, it's always good to be, you've got a seller and a buyer, and I just put it right in the middle, between what I'm asking for as the seller and what the potential buyer would be willing to buy it at. That's what's going on here. So I'm just finding the middle ground on these, literally. And then I'm just going to execute this dry run, and then I'm going to submit these. And you can see how quickly you could manage, several positions. And my goal, as I've stated, is to stay right in the range of between $5,000 and $10,000 a day in premiums. And with that, meeting the goal of somewhere between $125,000 and $150,000 a month, which sounds impressive, and I'm not going to say it's not, but when you have a portfolio of a certain size, I'd say anywhere between 500,000 and $1 million, this is kind of what it looks like. Okay, but the good news is, if you were just doing a typical buy and hold strategy, this is $7,000 that I wouldn't be getting. I would just be waiting for this to either go up or down, and then exiting the market just by buying and holding and or selling actual stock. Here, what I'm doing is I'm buying and selling insurance contracts, okay? Buying them back at a fraction of the cost I sold them for. And I have a course if you want to learn more about this, but why this is not known by every human being, by every biped on the planet, is a mystery to me, because this is it's a total game changer for being able to recognize regular returns. And my return rate right now is between 8 and 10% a month. Yeah, that's right, not a year, a month. So let me just go back and end up here. So if I look at my, yeah, so you can see that I'm at around 81,000 for the month. Last month I ended up right around 143. I didn't quite hit my 150. And these 2 months I was actually building the app, so I was just so tied up in building the app because I made a goal that I was not going to do any trading whatsoever if I wasn't doing it in my own app that I built. And so that's what I did. Final thing, you'll see that my daily theta, so theta is the time value of all the positions that I have open. And I like to keep it, like I said, between 5 and 10,000. I've right there been around 8. You know, I can see some big days, you know, it's 19,000, 7,000, 9,000, 8,000. So this is kind of where I'm at. And, you know, obviously there's a lot to all this, but I would say with by investing 4 hours or so in the course that I provided, that you will absolutely be on your way. And I invite you to do that by clicking on the link in the description or near this video. And with that, I'm going to sign off. Thanks, guys.